Well, very intriguing report to share with you guys today. I'm about to play for you brand new breaking audio that you've likely never heard before regarding the JFK assassination and who was behind the assassination of JFK. In fact, this was just dropped by InfoWars' Alex Jones by the grandson of Billy Sol Estes. He is one of the people in this audio recording, but the grandson's name is Shane Stevens, and he went on the Alex Jones show to drop this bombshell. But basically, what you're about to hear is a phone call recording of Billy Sol Estes and the Clifton Carter, LBJ's right-hand man who was the executive director of the DNC. And this phone call reveals exactly who we expected just might be behind the assassination. Now, before I play the clip, I want to make one disclaimer here. As far as I know, this has not been edited in any way, shape, or form. This is not AI, according to the grandson. And basically, I'm going to share it with you guys and allow you to make that decision, because the good news is we're going to find out here soon when Donald Trump gets into office. We're really going to have all those details. And it's interesting that this is being released right now. And I'll get into my opinion in that in just a moment. But first, here's the first part of that audio recording.
It's sure good to see you. How's life treating you today?
Well, Saul, it's been a pretty touch and go situation. Linda and I have had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal with that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president. It's been hectic in every way, but we've lived through it this far, and I guess we'll continue to do so. Lyndon should have never issued that order to Mike, but we've had our differences, and I'm a true blue to Lyndon, as I've always been, and tried to carry out every order that he'd ever given me. But this is one I'll probably never be able to forget.
So according to Clifton Carter, again, the executive director of the DNC, if that really is him on the audio, and if that audio is legit, which I believe it very well may be, right? Then that means that Lyndon B. Johnson, the guy who took over as president of the United States of America upon the death of JFK, was the very man who ordered the assassination on the life of JFK. And that assassination that he hired to do that was Mac Wallace. And there's lots of theories on Mac Wallace. I'll get into that. And reportedly, one of the reasons that that was done was because there was some embarrassment from JFK to LBJ. Take a listen.
And the times that we've had in Texas, and the embarrassment that Lyndon had gotten from Kennedy, I guess there wasn't anything else to do but what he did.
Guess there wasn't anything else to do but what he did. Crazy. Right, but here's where it gets even more interesting. I'm going to show you the final part of this audio recording, and it talks about how there are deaths surrounding JFK's assassination. 17 mysterious deaths. In other words, people were probably or likely killed, according to this recording, again, if legit, to keep things quiet.
Well, you know, Lyndon could have really hit me if he would.
Well, Lyndon's the kind of person that doesn't want to help anyone. He's all for Lyndon, and that's the way he's pretty much always been.
Well, they had me backed up on that Henry Marshall killing, and they just kind of blackmailed me to keep my mouth shut. And if I hadn't had a bunch of tapes that I'd played after he got killed, because, 17 got killed in this situation very mysteriously. And I've done a lot of time, and I've lost a lot of money, and it's hurt my family a whole lot. And it's really got me just disgusted with Lyndon in one way. In one way, I feel real sorry for him.
Now, what I find interesting is the timing on the release of this. Why now, right? Apparently, the grandson of Billy Sol Estes has been holding on to this for quite some time. Why release it now? Now, according to the interview that was done with Alex there, and I'll leave it in the description box below if you guys want to check it out, or on restrictedrepublic.com. But anyway, why now? Why drop that video recording now if Donald Trump fully intends to tell us the truth once he gets into office, right? Either they're trying to, and I don't know anything of the grandson, like I don't know much about this guy, but according to that interview, he claims that it's very possible that Donald Trump heard the tape and that Ronna McDaniel heard the tape and other people have heard the tape. However, I want to know, based off the timing of this, why drop it now? And the only thing I could think of is, well, maybe they're trying to get ahead of everything, release everything now while they have it, since the evidence is about to come out under Donald J. Trump. Kind of go under the feet of Donald Trump, so to speak. But either way, Trump had his chance to release it in the first administration, which he didn't. I'm very upset with him about that. But either way, why not? Obviously, because people linked to that are still running the government in some way, shape, or form. But thank God, I believe he is going to release it now, especially with RFK on board. And this whole thing is crazy because the presidency of Lyndon B. Johnson, by the way, as soon as the assassination happened on John F. Kennedy, that ended, obviously, John F. Kennedy's presidency. Lyndon B. Johnson was put in. He ran for a 4-year term, won the 4-year term, was president again for those 4 years, did not run a second term because his polling went down a lot. And then Lyndon B. Johnson, I believe he died of a heart attack on a Texas ranch in 1973, there in early January. So that was kind of the fate of LBJ. But what's interesting is all the stories that surround, JFK's assassination, and those do include, of course, Mr. Mac Wallace, who is referenced in the video. And these are just conspiracies that have been thrown out. 6 JFK shooters, including 3 tied to the CIA. And I do believe that some of these were actually tied to the CIA. If you really look into Mac Wallace, he was tied at least to the intelligence community. We also have this, was Titus country-born Mac Wallace the second gunman in the JFK assassination? There's also theories of multiple gunmen, one of those being Mac Wallace. And who knows, he could have hired a couple people to help him and whatnot. But there's all the stories that are surrounding that. But it's rather interesting. Either way, I wanted to play the video recordings for you and allow you to decide what you think. Do you think it's legit? Do you think it's is what they say it is or not? Well, ultimately, I'll leave that up to you. Anyhow, I love you guys. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.